CJ, if you had a vote, who would you vote for MVP and state the case?
Yeah, I'd vote for Shai, and I kind of said this when I said something about Tatum, and I vote for Shai because the league needs a new MVP. If anybody was even par with Jokic this year in terms of play, I'd vote for them over Jokic. I would, because you want the award to mean something. It shouldn't just be the Nikola Jokic award that he gets annually. And that's not a knock on him. If you want the MVP to matter, you need to change the narrative. And I think Shai has played at a level even with that of Jokic. Last year he did not. Last year he just didn't. He wasn't close. That would have been a true, oh, they don't want Jokic to win. This year, and I said this on I think our very first show, of this season, if anyone came close to Jokic, I'd give them the award. And Shai has done that. And you could argue what the Thunder have done has been, as you just said, so impressive, and they follow his lead. I just think with Shai, how he's elevated his game, how consistent he is too. He didn't play well on Sunday, still had 40. He's just that good, man. And yeah, but my main point, if the award goes to Jokic again, it just doesn't mean anything. And there's all this talk about the game and face of the league, and okay, that stuff kind of out of your control. You can dictate who wins the MVP. You can make the MVP mean something. Give it to a Shai. Give it to him. I think that would help the award go a long way.
I think there are a lot of people out there who would say, oh, no, it has to be the best player. How dare you take historical context when you look at this MVP? And I just disagree with that. I think this stuff matters. I think putting MVPs specifically in a historical context is how we should operate. I'm sorry, that's how this award has always been given out. That's part of the reason why Embiid won the award over Jokic a couple of years ago, is because people were like, I don't know about giving Jokic 3 straight MVPs. To enter the 4 MVP club, the amount of guys to do that, Russell, Chamberlain, Kareem, Jordan, LeBron. And I'm not saying that Jokic definitely doesn't deserve to be in those conversations. I'm not saying that at all. He's an extraordinary, extraordinary player, best of this generation. But do you understand that is what happens when you give a guy a 4th MVP? That is the air that he enters. And I think it matters. I genuinely think historical context matters, no question about it. And with every MVP you win, each successive MVP gets harder. And I know, what more could Jokic do? He's averaging a damn near 30-point triple-double, and his advanced metrics are insane, and he's everything for his team. But let's just say, if Shai were having the season that Donovan Mitchell was having.
Then no.
Good, efficient, his team is winning at a crazy rate, going to win 67 games, but 24, 25 points per game, not obscenely efficient. Then you know what? I think if that is your best competition for winning the MVP that year, you can give Jokic the 4th. But the fact that Shai is averaging 33 points per game on some of the craziest efficiency we have ever seen from a guard in the history of the sport, and his team, the offense relies basically entirely on him to create shots and generate good looks, and they're on pace to win the most games since the 18 Rockets. They're on pace to win 67 games. Nobody's won that many games since the 18 Rockets. They're a historically great team. I'm sorry, that is the guy who wins the MVP 10 out of 10 years. Oh, you're telling me a guy, I know Jokic is almost going to average a 30-point triple-double or might average a 30-point triple-double. Russell Westbrook averaged the triple-double a couple of years. Didn't win MVP. And I don't want... A couple of years that he averaged a triple-double, he didn't, though, is what I'm trying to say. It's not averaging a triple-double and being important to your team is not a guarantee for an MVP. You're telling me a guy is on a team with a 67-win pace, averaging an insanely efficient 33 points per game, and all the advanced metrics show that if Jokic is a 99.9 out of 10, Shai's been a 98.9 out of 10.
And you give it to Shai.
That guy gets the MVP. That guy gets the MVP. And I've seen so many stupid people online argue that Shai's just a free throw merchant. The idea to them that Jokic and Shai could be close, and yeah, Jokic is probably the better player and maybe having a 0.5% better season. But, we'll give it to Shai because of the team success and the fact that he's never won one. The fact that they seem so insulted by that, it spits in the face of what the MVP has been. We have always judged the MVP like this. And there are some people out there who want to rewrite history and give the MVP to just who the best player in the league is. And that has never been what this award means. It is a combination of winning, advanced numbers, your individual contribution to winning, classic counting statistics, all of that matters. And if we did wanted to go back and say, okay, sorry, MVP goes to the best player in the league, then we need to change a lot of MVPs. Then we need to take away Derrick Rose's MVP. Sorry, we need to take away Russ's MVP. This award is not just a best player in the league award. It is a little bit more, if you could actually write out what it means, it's more of a most outstanding season award and not an MVP or the best player award. And I think it is absolutely fair to say, and I would agree with the take, that Shai has had the most outstanding season. I think that's completely fair. I think it's true. If you want to give it to Jokic, sure, that's fine. I disagree. But there are no people who are voting for Shai or want Shai to win MVP or think Shai should win the MVP. None of them are saying it's a joke that Jokic is involved. There are some people out there who think Jokic should win, who think that the idea that Shai should be considered is a joke. Like that is where you lose me. That is where some of these Jokic fans lose me. Like you can't objectively say what Shai is doing this season is not MVP worthy, because it is. It's been truly extraordinary. In my life, as I said either last week or the week before, easily top 5 guard season of my lifetime. It's 18 Harden, 16 Curry, 06 Kobe, maybe. And I think I would put this Shai season over that year from Kobe. It's one of the best we've seen since Jordan. And actually arguably the best we have seen since Jordan. And I'm sorry, that guy wins the MVP. That's just how a lot of this stuff works. That's just how it works.